You can cure your anxiety with your thoughts. It's how I healed my anxiety. It's how my students heal their anxiety. And now I'm going to teach you how to do it too. Hey, my name's Emily. I'm a spiritual guide and anxiety coach. I'm here to teach you everything that I've learned about healing my own anxiety and helping thousands of women heal their anxiety as well. My anxiety used to be so bad that I was almost fainting in public. But now, through doing the work that I teach on my podcast and my program and on here, my anxiety is not a thing in my life. And so I'm really, really happy that you found this video because I know it's going to make a huge impact on you. So in this video, I want to talk about the ego, that negative voice in your head. We all have it. It's actually part of the human experience. Animals don't have it, but we do. It's that negative voice in your head that says, oh my God, but what if we crash? What if I get food poisoning? What if they fire me? What if I'm alone forever? What if I can never have babies? What if I never get a good night's sleep again? So I've had all of those thoughts. This is a part of the human experience. We all have the ego. It's kind of like the devil on your shoulder. And I believe that we all have they call like the devil and the angel on your shoulders. I believe we all have like the ego and the soul on our shoulders. And so we get to decide as human beings, we literally have that choice, which one we pay attention to more. So the ego is very negative, very fearful based. And the golden rule with the ego is that it always speaks first and it always speaks loudest. And you might find this a lot of the times when you get a good idea, your ego comes in and goes, oh no, but what if? Or you go to do something nice for yourself and your ego goes, oh, but what if? So your ego always speaks first and it always speaks loudest. This is just the golden rule. And it's not something that we blame. It's not something that we shame. It's not like a negative thing in our life. As you heal your anxiety, you will learn to manage your ego much better, therefore becoming less anxious, more happy, more free, more relaxed, actually enjoying life instead of being anxious all the time. So again, when we speak about the ego, it's not like a negative thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just something that you learn to get better at dealing with. And especially as you heal your anxiety, the ego gets easier and easier to deal with. Interestingly enough about the ego, it will meet you at every level. Like if you're thinking like successful people or millionaires or just like people that you put on a pedestal, if you're thinking like, oh, because they're where they're at in their life, they don't have an ego, not true. The ego will meet you at every frequency of your consciousness. And so it's not something that we're ever going to get rid of. Like I had to make peace with that as well. Like we are never going to get rid of the ego. It's just part of the human experience. Cool. Let's just get better at navigating it. So ego always speaks first. It always speaks loudest. The devil is always going to speak first. It's always going to speak loudest. So not a bad thing, just something that we'll get better at. For example, when you wake up, your ego goes, oh my God, what if we're anxious today? And then you start feeling scared and you start feeling nervous. And then inevitably you just start feeling anxious. That used to be me a lot. And so there's also a quiet voice that goes, what if we aren't anxious today? So the ego wakes up and it's always speaking first and it's always speaking loudest. Oh my God, what if we feel anxious today? There is also another part of you that goes, but what if we aren't? And that's the one that we want to continue to feed and to fuel and to love and to encourage. I'm going to teach you how to do that. So since we know that the ego speaks first and we know that the ego speaks loudest, there's also this thing like, okay, that is, but I also want to be happy and I want to feel free. I want to be relaxed and I actually want to enjoy my life. Since the ego always speaks first and it speaks loudest, you have to get good at choosing again. And this choosing again concept I learned from a book called A Course in Miracles. And the choosing again part comes when you hear your ego, you hear the negativity, but instead you choose to focus on a more positive thought, a more loving thought. And we as humans always have the choice to choose a more loving thought. And this tool is going to allow you to have way more control on your thoughts, way more control over your anxiety. So you will hear me say this on the podcast a million times. Choose again, choose again, choose again, choose again, choose again. I actually have a bunch of students who have had choose again tattooed on their bodies. I have only love is real tattooed on my body. But I really should think about getting choosing again because it's like literally part of my lifestyle. So this tool of choosing again, this remembrance that we always have the ego, it always speaks first, always speaks loudest, and we just have to choose again, that just becomes something that we get really good at that's going to help us heal our anxiety. So let's do a couple of examples here so that you can get a little like real life example and then apply it to whatever you're moving through. So let's say you go to the doctor your ego immediately starts enrolling you into scary stories like, well, what if there's something wrong with me? Okay. Then you start to feel anxious and you start to feel scared. That is the moment right there where you choose again. When you catch yourself thinking those negative thoughts and letting your ego enroll you into those negative, scary stories, that's when you choose again. Okay. And that's the moment when you remember you can choose. You can choose more loving thoughts. You can choose again. You can choose to focus your thoughts on more loving thoughts like, my body works perfectly. I appreciate my body. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Okay. By the way, anxiety, you are only struggling with anxiety for two reasons. Either you believe you're not enough or you believe that you're not safe. This particular anxiety comes down to the I'm not safe, like I kind of just explained. And if you're like, whoa, I've never heard about this before, I encourage you to comment why below this video. I'm going to send you a free PDF right away so that you can understand your anxiety, why you are struggling with it. You are only struggling with it because of two reasons. Either you believe you're not enough or you believe that you're not safe. Mine was always I'm not enough, but then after that, I had to heal that I'm not safe. We're not all like that, but just extra fun for me. So comment why below. I'll send you a PDF right away. We'll understand why you were healing your anxiety, and then you can start to apply a lot more of what I'm teaching in these videos. So this doctor example comes down to the I'm not safe anxiety. And your only job in that moment is to teach yourself how to feel safe in that moment. Okay, the next doctor's appointments won't be so bad because you've already started this foundation of I am safe. It doesn't matter if I go to a doctor's appointment, look at my bank account, get broken up with. It doesn't matter. Your foundational belief is I am safe. So things don't rock you anymore. Okay. So in that doctor's appointment or waiting in the waiting room or the days leading up to your doctor's appointment, notice how your ego tries to enroll you into those fearful stories. Oh my God, what's something wrong with me? Oh my God, what if it's this, that, or the other? Oh my God, what if? Nope. Right there, we choose again. And we come into my body works perfectly. I love myself. I'm doing a great job. I'm taking care of myself by going to the doctor. My body works perfectly. I am safe. That becomes our new pattern. Okay. And you will realize throughout this experience that you are so powerful. You are so powerful. You can change your feelings just by changing your thoughts. Hear me when I say that. You can change your feelings by changing your thoughts. And I learned this when I went to Tony Robbins in 2018. He teaches this deeply, and it worked for me. And I swear by it, and it's what I teach. And it's how my students show me that they're progressing and winning and healing their anxiety. You can change your thoughts. You can heal your anxiety just by changing your thoughts. Okay? Choose again, choose again, choose again, choose again. You will hear me say it a million times. Choose again. And we'll have some more examples here, but this is the new you, where you step into your full power as a human and you understand that you don't always have to listen to that ego. You don't have to listen to that negative voice in your head. Okay? Let's do another example. Let's say you feel anxious when you're upholding boundaries with your family members. So you know you're going to go hang out with them. They usually don't make you feel good. But this time, you're not going to let them speak down to you or make you feel small. So this one comes down to I'm not enough, the I'm not enough anxiety. Again, if you want to know your why, comment why below, and I will send you the free PDF so you can figure it out. This one comes down to I'm not enough. Your ego's trying to enroll you into, what if what if they start up and I gotta leave, and what if they start yelling at me, and what if they start calling me names and telling me I'm a horrible person? Right there. That's where we choose again. As soon as your ego tries to start enrolling you into that, nah, choose again. Choose again, right there. That's the moment where you start to remember how powerful you are and that you actually have a choice in your thoughts. Instead of thinking those negative thoughts and just ruminating in them, I deserve to feel good. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be treated with respect. I'm a good person. I love myself. Your anxiety starts to go away. And next time you hang out with them, you will be less anxious because you have this new foundation of I am enough. You have started to lock in that pattern of remembering how powerful you are and choosing more loving thoughts. Okay. These are real examples that I've pulled from like my past students, and I'm going to try to show their screenshots of how they felt after they did the program and how this worked so well for them. Let's do another example. Let's say you go on vacation. Yay, we love vacation. Next vacation has got to be to Palm Springs. I freaking love it there. But you're worried about feeling anxious or if anxiety is going to like wreck your trip. Choose again. Oh, sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. Okay. You're worried about anxiety and if it's going to wreck your vacation. That's when you start to choose again right there. You can start to say things to yourself like, I'm really good at navigating my emotions now. No matter how I feel, I'm going to be okay. It's okay for me to take a little bit of time to myself. Are you okay there, buddy? Hacking up alone. It's okay for me to take some time for myself and help myself feel better. I got me. This is going to be fun. I'm excited. So we go from negative to positive. We go from fearful to loving. All right. And this one could actually come down to I'm not enough or I'm not safe. Because it could come down to the I'm not safe because, like, oh, I don't feel safe feeling my feelings. I don't know what to do when I don't feel good. I don't know what to do to make my anxiety go away. So that could make you feel unsafe. But it could also come down to I'm not enough if you're judging yourself for feeling anxious. Oh my God, it's always me that's always like, people are having to drag me around and I'm always the problem and I always wreck vacations and my feelings always wreck things. Like that would come down to I'm not enough. Okay. Um, so catch how your ego, even in this moment right now, might be saying to yourself, oh my God, this is too simple. Oh my God, this isn't going to work for me. Choose again. Right there. Choose again. And sometimes I have my students say to me, oh my God, Emily, but I feel like I'm choosing again all the time. Is this wrong? And I'm like, no, it is not wrong. In the beginning, building that muscle of choosing again, building that skill set of choosing again is going to take a lot of effort up front. But oh my God, is it worth it? Because it unlocks your freedom, it unlocks your liberation, it unlocks your confidence of you being able to handle your feelings and become emotionally aware. It's okay that you're choosing again a million times in a day. It's most likely that your ego is trying to test you and be like, are you gonna go back or are you gonna go forward? Okay. So yes, choosing again in the beginning is gonna feel like you're doing it a lot. It takes time to unwind the negative thinking. It takes time to unwind the negative patterns. It takes time to release yourself gently from the vibration of there's always something wrong. So it's okay if you're choosing again a lot throughout the day. Do it because it's like doing reps at the gym. Doing squats at the gym in the beginning is hard. The first week you feel like your legs are going to fall off. Okay? It's okay. Keep going. Okay? And if you're ever feeling like you have questions, please DM me on Instagram. I'm so happy to help you there. And just notice how sneaky the ego can be. Even when you're doing the healing work, your ego's like still trying to hold you back. And it's like, no, I'm going to win this. I'm going to do it. Um, So before I healed my anxiety, I didn't even know that we had a choice. Like, I didn't know that I could choose more loving thoughts. I thought the thoughts that I was hearing, the thoughts that I was getting, the thoughts that I was thinking, like I had no choice about it. And once I found out I had a choice, oh my God, that's when the results really started to pile in. That's when I was no longer afraid of my anxiety. That's when I wasn't afraid of my thoughts. That's when I, wasn't afraid of how I was going to feel that day because I knew that I could manage it. That's when I was able to walk my dogs without anxiety. That's when I was able to get dressed and wear whatever I wanted without anxiety. That's when I could feel anxious and heal it right on the spot. That's when I felt more confident and realized that I was so safe in my body. My body is my safe space now. Okay, so you choosing again is you getting your thoughts in line. Okay, you will heal your anxiety when you start to get your thoughts in alignment with what your goal is. So if you have any questions about your why, understanding why you're struggling with anxiety, if you have any questions about what I talked about in this video, please DM me on Instagram. Links are below. I'm more than happy to help you in the DMs, but you got to know your why. So comment why below. I'll send you that free PDF immediately. And then we can understand why you are healing your anxiety, which is like so freeing. Here's my big guy here, my 17-year-old Chihuahua. And if you would like to join our community of over 1,000 women who are healing their anxiety, I'll drop that link below too. We do live Q&As. You can get personal support in there. So I hope to see you in there. And we're sending you so much love. Mwah!